Yo, 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 it's your boy Raislive. If you're new around here, please subscribe and please leave a like. It's greatly appreciated. So let's get straight into this. This is my first impressions of this game. The game just came out today. I went to Walmart, bought me a copy, had to get it. These are my type of games. I love RPG, I love open world games, so I had to pick it up and see what it's like. Alright, so this is just a first impression. This is not a review. This is just to give you an idea of what this game is about. Is it right for you? Should you pick it up or whatever? Or should you just pass on it? So hopefully I can give you, as much information as I can get without spoiling it for you, to help you come to a conclusion of whether or not you should get it or not. So let's get straight to it. Boom. We're gonna start off with the cons of the game. Right off the bat, frame rate issues. During cutscenes, sometimes the frame rate will drop tremendously. I mean, I'm talking about real choppy, and sometimes it will take you out of the moment because this game is so heavily story driven with a lot of dialogue. When you go to a cutscene, you're so into it. You're like, okay, what's going on? And then when it's choppy, it kind of just takes you out of it because it's like a really good movie, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a good thing. It's still a good thing. It doesn't break the game, but it's just really, it's unfortunate that the frame rate is really, really choppy. And this is on the PS4 that I'm playing it on. Yeah, but the cutscenes are great. A lot of information. It's not like boring face to face when you're talking to someone and it's just they're not moving, lips moving, or it just looks dull. Like Elder Scrolls games, like Skyrim, for example. Yes, I played Skyrim and I played Dragon Age Inquisition, and I'm basically, basing this game kind of with that kind of mentality, because I never played a Witcher game before, so I'm new to this, but I'm just giving this review based on my impressions of what I think should be mandatory within an RPG game. So, another con. No character customization. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Everybody kind of knew this. If you've been playing this game for a while, you already know that. But if you're new to the series, you probably thinking hey, I want to, switch my character up, like on Skyrim or whatever, change his race, change his hair color, all that type of stuff. Nah, it's not like that. The game is strictly what it is. You get what you get. The Witchers, they're a race of people. They just call the Witchers, and I don't want to give out too much, let you play the game if you never played it before, but they're just a race of people, and this is just what you get. For example, yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks because when you're playing an RPG, you really want to have character customization because it brings you into the game. It kind of draws you in there, makes you feel like you're a part of it instead of just watching a movie. So that's the only thing that sucks about it. But it's still a great game, straight a great story, straight a good movie. And that's pretty much as far as the bad things go. But other than that, it's been pretty great. So some positive things, great story, like I said, tons of dialogue. There's actually more RPG like elements that I expected, such as resting, eating, drinking, making potions, gathering loot from enemies, to make additional items and things of that nature. I wasn't really expecting that. I kind of thought the game would be a little more linear, but it's actually a lot more, open world than I thought. Has strong RPG like qualities if you're really into that kind of stuff. Great gameplay, not the same old boring slash and block, or the dodge cheese like on Skyrim. When Skyrim, whenever you fight another human in general, mostly when you're fighting beasts and creatures, it's a little more interesting. But when you're fighting against a human, it's mostly just the guy just charging you full assault, and you just blocking, and you wait till you finish attacking, then you just throw your attacks. It's kind of like this block attack. But this one's a little more different. Enemies are a little more elusive, a lot of dodging, a lot of more magic. The game doesn't pause when you're trying to switch between magic. It kind of just runs slowly, and you got to be quick to hurry up and pick your next move or whatever. And what kind of gives it a more challenging element towards it too. So I really enjoy that and appreciate that. Graphics, great graphics. It looks really good for the PS4. It does look, well, I wouldn't say it's a downgrade, but I'm pretty sure what we were seeing were high budget PC type trailers and stuff. But It still looks fairly good. I mean, for the RPG, it looks a lot better than Dragon Age Inquisition. I tell you that. You know, like the characters' faces look really good. You know, there's a lot of detail to it. You can see their hair, their beards. Um, you know, the freckles. Like right now, as you're seeing right now, you see the guys' faces. It's pretty good. Um, Tons of things to do. Lots of side quests. Um, a lot of missions. You can easily hit 100 hours of gameplay in this game. If this is the type of game you want, like a game with a lot of gameplay, a lot of things to do, this is the game for you. You know, when I played Skyrim, I think I had like 200 something hours on my copy. I mean, I got the platinum trophy for that game too. That's how much I was so much into that game. Um, Another positive, sorry, another positive, I would say, a lot of gore, blood. You know, if you're into that kind of things, it's really mature rated type of game. Like it's really gory, real blood. A lot of little sexual, little, um, little jokes and little things out there. You know, so it really takes. You got to be a mature gamer to really understand that. So it's pretty good. The soundtrack is great too. I mean, it really draws you into the game. You just sitting there, you just riding out, enjoying the sunset, listening to the music, to the tunes. It kind of just really, grasps you and makes you feel like you're a part of the world. So it's really great because the soundtrack really goes hand in hand with the game. A lot of people, overlook a soundtrack, a well-made soundtrack, but this soundtrack is pretty dope. Also, the soundtrack actually comes with the game. Can you believe that? So kudos to those guys for even doing that. That's pretty dope. Um, yeah, you can easily get caught up in the story because it's so like it's such a great story that you forget to do side quests, you forget to explore. You get because like when I played Skyrim, the first thing I wanted to do was like boom, all right, boom, I want to go see what's on top of that mountain. I want to go over here. I want to do this. I want to do that. With this game, it kind of keeps you story driven because you're really like it's a story driven game. Like it's really about the story. So just make sure you take time to explore and do other things and don't just complete the story in one sitting. Try to spread it out a little bit. At least that's what I'm gonna do. That's my approach to the game. I'm gonna try to do as much side quests as I can get. Pretty much do everything I can or feel like doing. But other than that, man, that's all I gotta say right now. I mean, it's a great game. Like I said, do I think it's worthy for a purchase? I mean, if you're into RPG games and you like games like Dragon Age, you like games like Skyrim, then yeah, I would say this is a game that you should definitely try to pick up and play because it's like I said, it's pretty good. It's a great RPG game. Lots of dialogue. It's not boring. You're not just sitting around just reading from the characters. The characters are actually speaking. So like this game really does give current generation justice. Like I said, the only bad thing that has really irks me the most is the frame rate issue because it's like kind of. I'm sure you probably noticed while I'm showing you the gameplay, but that's the only really bad thing I can really say about it so far. I give a full detailed review when I put more hours into the game, but as of right now, this is just what my first impressions are and let it out to the world. Let people help. Hopefully, I can help people make a better decision on whether or not they should get the game or not. So there you go, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.